Just what's the feeling after that? Obviously, the giving up the early goals is something that's been a problem during this whole series. Was it tough to play from behind 2-0?
Yeah, it is. I think the whole playoffs was kind of the problem. We didn't score the first goal many times, and this series I don't think we did it once. I think the only lead we had was in the game one. So it's for sure easier to play with the lead, and that's maybe one thing that stings a little bit. We weren't able to start games on the score sheet. Maybe we started the game well, but we weren't able to take advantage and score when we had opportunities.
How different is it playing with the lead and playing from behind?
Yeah, it's very different. If you look at how they played the whole series when they had the lead, it's hard to play against.
You can counterattack, yeah.
Counterattack, and then if you look at how we played in the third against when we were up against them, then you start to get odd man rushes because they're overplaying. That's kind of what they did to us. So, yeah, disappointing, but
When you look at the kind of starts of the game, is that more of an execution or a mentality thing?
Which one, sorry?
When you look at the first period starts and being down 1-0 quite a bit, is it more of an execution thing or a mentality thing that you guys look at when you kind of go into the offseason?
Yeah, maybe execution, but I think mostly it's it's hard to score in this league, and when you get chances to score on a good day, you put those chances away, and all of a sudden you get a 2-goal lead. Like, good example, the game 4 first period. We were on them the whole period, and getting chances every shift, and then one power play and 1-0 to them. So that's kind of the difference, when you get a chance. But everybody's trying to score. It's maybe Skinner had a number this series.
Mikko, this is your first playoff run with this team. What's your takeaway in what this team can do really well in the playoffs and what they still need to learn how to do in the playoffs?
Resilient group, I'm very proud how everybody battled, it's even today, obviously very tough start and not ideal to start the game like that, but fought back and, 3-2, had some looks to tie it, and then unfortunate break for them to get a breakaway there, but yeah, I'm proud, and yeah, I don't know, it's too early to say, what there is to improve. I think we got a long summer now to think about it, but yeah, it's 3 years in a row this team has been this close, so I don't know, it stings for sure.
You mentioned the break. You guys fall behind 3-0, battle back to make it 3-2, and then they get that awkward bounce that leads to a breakaway of all people, McDavid. Is that the point where maybe you guys started to feel like this just isn't our time?
Yeah, well, belief was still there for sure. Get a goal early in the third, but those sting for sure. Similar in the third when you get a goal, it's 1-goal game, 17, 18 minutes left, and then chucks a puck in front of the net from behind the net, goes in off Esa. So another bounce, but you gotta earn your bounces in the playoffs, and they did.
What did you think about the decision to bench Jake?
I don't know, coaches make decisions, and we were not ready. We were not helping Jake at all in the first 2 goals, so that's on us, not on Jake.
How surprised were you that you guys weren't more ready? I know in the timeout, Jamie said that P said, it was pretty much a message to wake up. How surprising was that?
Yeah, I thought we had a couple of good first shifts, then they score on the power play, then score right after, on a change, and get a breakaway, which obviously can't happen in these kind of games. So yeah, I think we were ready to start the game, and but it was I don't know what happened there. They were just they get a chance and they scored. I feel like that was the start of the game.
We've had a few series where you had some third period comebacks against Colorado and Winnipeg. It seemed like those where you had the one in game 1, but it seemed like it's tougher in game 3 against Edmonton from the outside. Did it feel like that to you guys too?
Yeah, I think they defended well. We got to give credit to Edmonton. They defended well whole series when they had the lead, and they played simple, not a lot of mistakes. They made really hard on us to generate good looks, and Skinner was making saves when needed.
You talked about after Colorado that you felt like there were some similarities with this team to that 2022 team that you wanted to all win. Was there ever a point where that feeling changed? after that?
No, we had belief all the time. You know, I think even those games we lost in Edmonton, I felt like could have won at least one of them. You know, so there was belief until the final buzzer for sure.
When you get this far, 3 straight years, there's going to be a lot of discussion about what's the missing link, what's the missing ingredient. I know you're still very new here, but just coming in with fresh eyes, is there something you can diagnose that, hey, we need more X?
I don't know. I think it's too early, you know, for me to say right after the series, you know. And you know, I think we played 2 good rounds, and then kind of they made it hard on us, you know, and we didn't fight through it enough to earn to win a series or win tonight to push another game, and you know, we just didn't do enough, you know. I think everybody tried everything we had, and we emptied the tanks, but maybe just give credit to them, they defended really well.
What have you learned about Pete DeBoer and just his ability to coach a team at this highest level and what he means to this group?
Yeah, he means a lot. You know, he's a great coach. He's been around for a long time, a lot of experience, and he's a good motivator. You know, on the guys, and yeah, only good things to say about him. You know, he is good. You know, pumping up everybody. You know, waking us up and for sleeping, and he's just overall good coach.